Klopp loves some Stefan Bajcetic.
I got one last thing to say.
Go on.
Fuizzi, Liverpool, enjoy Kazakhstan, enjoy Malta, enjoy Armenia.
Hey, Liverpool fans, yeah, they're coming at me. Oh, why you say about Bobby? Listen, mate. Listen. Liverpool in the Europa League.
See you soon, lads. See you soon. Muppets. See you soon, Man United fans. Don't mock because you had one good season, man. See you soon. What are you going to do? Oh, Man United, the gift that keeps on giving. Big up to everyone in chat. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. I know it's late in the UK right now. It's 11:30 at night, but you know what? We're grown-ups here. We're adults. We can have a late one occasionally. And, I thought I'd talk a bit more news about the transfer business that's happened at Liverpool today. Everyone's breaking down. We're going to chat about it. But first, we're allowed to laugh in the faces of Manchester United. They're bottom of their Champions League group, guys. They're mocking us for being in Europa League last season. They're mocking us. They might not even make Europe but after Christmas. They might not even make Europe after Christmas. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Getting beaten by Copenhagen. You've got to play Bayern Munich and Galatasaray next. By the way, Man United fans, good luck beating Galatasaray away. Good luck with that. Harry Kane's going to put you in a body bag. It's hilarious. You got Varane, who's not the Varane of any time he was at Man United. You got like the Varane Man United got now, the Varane off Wish. You know, Wish.com Varane. That's who they got right now. He's not the real Varane. And Maguire. Yeah, they're going to stop Man United. They're going to stop Harry Kane scoring, ain't they? Harry Kane's going to put this team in a body bag. They ain't winning that Galatasaray. Forget that. That's dumb. They might not even make Europe after Christmas. You know, Man United fans, you get what you get, man. You know, and if this was the other way round, and Man United fans have been doing the same to us. So it's all good in the world of football. But big up to everyone. Varane Klana. Big up Imran, my man. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Big up Reezy in the chat as well. Big up Redbird in the chat. Rooney gets the winner. He can't make it up. Big up Trudon in the chat as well. Kane's probably won't play. They've already won the group. Oh, my word. Big up Trudon. Big up Psychedelic. Hope you're doing well. My mate's Man United fan said Eric should get sacked. No, keep Eric where he is, man. Keep Eric Ten Hag where he is. Or Eric One Hog. Big up man like Jay. How you doing, man? Booger Boy in the house. Bear in the house. Mac in the house. How you all doing? My man Drunk Vigo in the house. Hope you're doing well. Hammer in the house. Big up to you as well, Kingsman. Hope you're all doing good. Big up to everyone for going hit that like button. Subscribe if you know. Share this video with your friends. Share it on social media. Get me up to 5,000 subscribers. I'd appreciate it. Much love for everyone joining me this evening. Now let's talk about Liverpool Football Club. Now we've laughed at Man United. So the news this morning that kneecap needs to stay United. Big up him, man. What I So earlier on today, I did my video earlier on today about the Andre news. Obviously, it came out. David Lynch put out an article today saying that Liverpool have moved on from the Andre situation. They don't want to go in for Andre no more. There was social media meltdown on everywhere from Liverpool fans. There still is tonight. It's not got any better. And I basically did a video this afternoon saying I'm quite at peace with it. I'm not upset about missing out on Andre. This ain't like missing out on Bellingham or anything like this. And we went and got Gravenberch, who I probably feel is a better player. You know, people are going on like they've watched Andre play for about 2 years and like he's like serious and all that. And it's like, no, come on. You know, it is what it is. But there's more news that came out today after the video that's been coming out as the day's going on. And it's interesting. So some of the news coming out is saying that Liverpool are not in the market for a defensive midfielder, which is a mad one to me. Liverpool are not in the market for a defensive midfielder. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. That's the first subject we're going to talk about. Also, it says there that you know, Stefan Bajcetic is seen as someone that Jurgen Klopp really rates, that the club really rate, and they don't want anyone to get in his way. I'm going to talk about this subject first because it's a confusing subject that Liverpool fans have rightly talked about. So we're sitting here thinking Stefan Bajcetic, we all rate Stefan Bajcetic, but he only had a handful of games last season. But them handful of games that he played really well. We can see there's a footballer there. His problem is injuries, you know. So I personally think the only reason he's getting injuries right now is because he's a growing lad. He might be a bit of a late bloomer like Steven Gerrard was, getting them bad back injuries because of growing pains. And when you're growing, your body's not fully grown yet. You can get a lot of muscle injuries, usually in the right wrist. But pause. But that's what happens when you're a teenager, when you're a growing lad, you know. You get these muscle injuries. So we're going to have to see what it's like after he's come back from these injuries. But look, I like Stefan Bajcetic, but then we're going to go and tell a 19-year-old kid that you're our DM. That's it. You're our defensive midfielder. You're the one we're looking at. And they're talking about they didn't want to ruin his pathway to the first team. They didn't want Stefan Bajcetic's pathway ruined by getting to the first team. So why did Liverpool go in for Caicedo and Lavia? Makes no sense, does it? It makes no sense. You know, Lavia, I even said this in the summer when I was doing my videos in the summer. Going for Lavia didn't make sense because he's the same age as Stefan Bajcetic. And there's a lot of Liverpool fans were saying online and on socials, and a lot of content creators as well were saying that Stefan Bajcetic is better than Lavia. So why are we going after a Lavia for 50 to 60 million when we've got Stefan Bajcetic at home? You know, that seemed really confusing. Same age, same profile, but a lot of people would say Stefan's a better player. So it's confusing if you think about it now. And now they're talking about they don't want Stefan's pathway to be ruined into the first team. So if you're bidding for Lavia, you're bidding for Lavia. If you're spending that much money on Lavia and you're successful in buying him, you're playing him in front of Stefan. You're not going to buy a £60 million defensive midfielder at the same age as Stefan not to play him. He would be first choice. You went and tried and buy Caicedo for 111 million, 115 million, whatever the bloody price was now. So if you bought him, he would have played every game. So that stops Stefan Bajcetic's route into the first team. So these quotes coming out today don't make a lot of sense. Look, and these quotes come out from the club that feed the journalists these quotes. So I will say the club don't make sense here. The club don't make sense. Now, whose fault is this? I don't know. You know, we're always on the blame game. We're the only football club in this country that blames the owners for absolutely everything. And they do have to take a lot of stick for it. But I've got to look at Jurgen for this one. And I think a lot of other people doing it as well. Big up James Redmond. I was watching his show about this earlier. And James Redmond's the biggest Klopp fan I've ever seen. I love James Redmond's views. He's a great guy. Go and subscribe to his channel if you haven't. And even he was saying today, you know, got to look at Klopp a little bit. And he never says that. So I think we do have to look at what Jurgen wants. Now, I've been saying it for a while. I don't think any of us know what Jurgen wants as a number 6. I don't think any of us know. None of us know what we want. You know, we know what we want as fans. We all want like a Polina. You know, we all would like a Polina in our defensive midfield, just a destroyer in midfield, someone who's going to get the ball, smash the crap out of people, receive the ball, and give it off easy. Yeah, no ball progression, not being silky on the ball, none of that sort of stuff. Just a destroyer in midfield. That's what a lot of Liverpool fans want. Yeah, but do Liverpool themselves and Jurgen Klopp actually want that? Have they changed the way in their thinking? You know, did they look at Andre and think, yeah, he's a number 6 we want? You know, he's not an out and out DM, a proper defensive minded midfielder. He's more of that deep line playmaker more than a defensive midfielder. But he's a he's a ball progressor. He progresses with the ball. He moves the ball quickly. He moves the ball forward. He's agile. He's quick. He's nimble. He can run with the ball. He can protect the ball. He can set a tempo. I.e., a bit like Thiago. And that's what if that's what Klopp's looking for, that's why Alexis McAllister plays in number 6 right now. It's as simple as that. But is that what the club's looking for? Have they changed their mind now? Have they gone? Because I've been thinking about this after my video today. I've been thinking about this most of the day, watching other people's shows, listening to what other people have been saying about this as well. And a lot of people got great opinions on it. And all I can think is that, did Liverpool want a that sort of number 6? That's a ball progressing footballer. That's agile, nimble. You know, can play in that solid 6 all on their own. And have they just changed their mind now and they've gone, we might need more of a destroyer? But then news come out, as I said, about the Stefan Bajcetic, that the club don't want to ruin his progression to the first team and get anyone in his way. So now they've gone back again, because they can always change their mind, guys. We know what the club, you know, football clubs are always like this. It's not just Liverpool. It's a lot of football clubs. They will say one thing, things go a different way as the season goes on, and they change their output on stuff. So that can happen. Have the club just now changed their output, guys? Is that what they're doing? Have they just changed their output on everything? Are they now looking at it and thinking, Stefan is that guy? We've got all our faith in the world in Stefan Bajcetic. He can be that guy. And then this is why, then people will come up with the thing, what, this is all FSG's doing. They're not going to spend the right amount of money on the defensive midfielder we need. So the club are going to have to rely on a 19-year-old kid in Stefan Bajcetic and a 30-year-old kid. A 30-year-old who's never played in the Premier League and doesn't have that experience yet in Wataru Endo. And then Alexis McAllister's going to have to be used as a DM, as a make weight. So there are 3 DMs. So people go look at it that way. They go look at it and go, but as I keep saying, and I'm with everyone when they do slag FSG off, and they're right. I don't think this is an FSG problem, guys. I think this is more of a club problem and what they're looking at. You know, Klopp's press conference today in the Europa League press conference highlighted a few things for me that Klopp really likes. I think Klopp likes the youngsters. That didn't sound right. Pause. That didn't sound right. Let me rewind that. That did not sound right at all coming out of my mouth. That did not sound right at all. No, pause. Yeah, I'll take that away. I'll take. But you guys know what I mean. He likes the youth players coming through, and he likes to see them make their way into the first team. He's loved it with Harvey Elliott. He's loved it with Curtis Jones, and he was talking massively about Gerald Kwanzaa. You know how good he is, and Klopp loves him, and he's definitely a future first team footballer. There's absolutely no doubts about that at all, guys. So does he actually see Stefan as he wants to give Stefan his chance? He wants to give Stefan his go. The issue is, I'm all for that. If you just want to go, let's put our balls in, let's put our balls on the table and just go, right, we're all in on Stefan Bajcetic. You know, balls on the table. We're all in on Stefan Bajcetic. Yeah, we're just going to go, he's going to be our DM for the future, for years and years to come, and he's going to be the best around, you know. So I am all in on him. He's going to be all in on him. And if that's the case, I'm with that as well, big guys. If we think Stefan's good enough, he's old enough, ain't he? If he's good enough, he's old enough. That's the old saying in football, right? So if he comes back from his injuries and he can keep himself fit, then I don't see an issue with it. You know, if he turns out to be like, you know, the years to come, a 60, 70, 80 million pound defensive midfielder, then Klopp was right. You know, he was correct in his decision. Maybe that's why he got Wataru Endo. Maybe that's why he looked at an older midfielder to come in, play the odd game here and there. And then when Stefan's ready, Stefan will come in and play games as well. And Alexis McAllister will be the third player in that issue. Maybe that's what Klopp was looking at. Maybe Klopp was thinking for this season going forward, Alexis McAllister, Wataru Endo, and Stefan Bajcetic are his defensive midfielders. Because a lot of people say we haven't got defensive midfielders at the club, but we have. We do have two. Legitimately, we do have two. We have Stefan Bajcetic. We've got to remember, Stefan Bajcetic was so good last season, he kept Fabinho on the subs bench. No other defensive midfielder has done that for Liverpool since Fabinho has been here. He kept Fabinho on the subs bench. You know, that's how good he was at times. So maybe Klopp's thinking that. Maybe he's going Fabinho, McAllister, and Wataru Endo, my three defensive-minded midfielders. They're going to be my DMs going forward. You know, and then certain games, Stefan will play. If he's fit and ready, I'm going to put Stefan out there in my DM role. And then I can play McAllister and Szoboszlai left and right of him. That would be nice to see. Sometimes, I don't know, McAllister will play the 6 and he'll play Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai. And then another game with Wataru Endo might play the DM role. And then he'll play Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of different scenarios there, and I'm just trying to work out in my head if that's what Klopp's thinking right now as well. Because I will say, right, I say this right now is I don't think we're playing with a lone DM anymore. You know, if you look at the way Liverpool are playing right now, McAllister don't really play as a lone DM because Trent inverts. Because Trent inverts, you're not playing with a lone DM. We're playing a box midfield. So we don't play that 4-3-3 we used to when Fabinho was a lone DM. We play a box midfield. Play that box midfield. K-Mac, if you want to come on, man, let me know. Give me the thumbs up and I'll send you the link. Big up K-Mac. Big up Gang. I'll see your super chat. I'll read that in a sec. I'm going to read some of your comments in a sec as well, guys. So if we're not playing a single DM anymore and we're playing Trent inverted and we're playing this box midfield formation, maybe Klopp in his head's thinking, I can play Stefan there. I can play Wataru Endo there. And I can play a McAllister there going forward. And that way, I've got plenty of time to give Stefan games. Because if Stefan plays that DM role, Trent's inverting, and I've got McAllister and Szoboszlai along next to him. That's good defensive unit there. And I'm not leaving anyone isolated. So maybe, I don't know if that's what Klopp's thinking, but it's an interesting one. Let me know in the chat, guys, what you lot think. Big up Gangadeep with the super chat. He's always loved Gangadeep. Thank you very much, my friend. Experiment / changes / shoehorning players if we want to win the league due to the margin of error being less than it was back in 16-18 when the clubs were in different stages in the LFC project. Yeah, I agree. Look, I agree with a lot Gangadeep says. Gangadeep's a great guy. Be like Gangadeep. He comes up with some beautiful questions and answers for me as well. He's a great guy, Gangadeep, and he's right in like the shoehorning thing as well. Shoehorning someone into a position where they don't really play. That has been a bit of a Klopp trait since he's been at Liverpool. Even when we got players available, we play in that position. That is a little bit of a Klopp trait. But all managers have their traits. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes Pep Guardiola thinks too much and he decides not to play a DM against Chelsea in the Champions League final and they get beaten. Stupid things like that. I think Klopp's trait is sometimes shoehorning players he thinks can play a position. I don't know about you, gang, they big up, man, and everyone in the chat, but I think Klopp does think certain players can play a certain position in his formation and make it work. This is why I spoke earlier that I think he sees Alexis McAllister as as a defensive-minded footballer. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, guys. Big up to everyone. K-Mac, if you're still about, let me know, and I'll send you a link if you're around. I can't tonight. No worries to K-Mac. Big up to you, man. Squidly in the chat. Big up to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you, my friend. Let's read some of your comments. This elevated view of Bajcetic is not proven, and we won't know his worth as a squad or Moneyball player for at least 2 years. As of today, Lavia is ahead of Bajcetic. I can understand where you're coming from with that, Maverick. Big up to you, man. I can understand where you're coming from that because Lavia played pretty much every game for Southampton last season, so you have more of a area to watch him in and see where his progression is. So I do get that, man. I think you followed it up as well. Personally, I'm indifferent to Andre as long as someone comes in younger and better than Endo. I agree with that. Also, with Andre, do you think, guys in the chat, everyone in chat, you let me know right now, do you think Liverpool actually saw Andre as a defensive midfielder, though? Or do you think they saw Andre as a left-sided midfielder? I.e., like when Thiago plays for Liverpool, you usually played a DM. Say last season, Fabinho, Henderson on the right, Thiago on the left, yeah? Do you think they saw Andre as that left-sided midfielder of the three, where he wouldn't actually play that DM role? And that's why Liverpool went and got Gravenberch, because I've been thinking about this all day. Liverpool went and got Gravenberch quite late on in the summer transfer window. And I don't know if Liverpool were intending to get as many midfielders in this summer as they actually did. I think they wanted Andre. I'll talk about the other two in a minute, but Andre, Szoboszlai, and McAllister looked like three players Liverpool wanted this summer. Yeah, they wanted them three this summer, but I don't think they ever thought Fabinho was leaving. I don't think Liverpool ever thought, because if you go back to the beginning of the summer, guys, take yourself back to the beginning of the summer, all the news coming out of Liverpool is that when Jordan Henderson decided, everyone was saying Fabinho is the only one Liverpool are not looking to sell. Liverpool are not looking to sell Fabinho. And then they got an offer they couldn't refuse, basically. That's from Liverpool's point of view. They got an offer for Fabinho. They didn't feel like they could refuse, so they let him go. But Liverpool weren't willing to really let Fabinho go. So Liverpool were never really in the market for a defensive midfielder all summer. They were looking at people like Szoboszlai's, Gravenberch's, your Andres and stuff like that. They were all the rumour coming out. So now I start to think, like, did Liverpool really ever intend Andre to be their number 6? Is he ever going to be their number 6? Or was he going to be a left-sided midfielder of the three? Like, did Klopp think in his head that Fabinho would stay at Liverpool and you'd have Fabinho, get Andre in to play on the left of him, then you got McAllister, Szoboszlai, and then you got Thiago, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and that was his midfield. That was his midfield for this season. And then he knew Thiago was leaving at the end of the season, so he's already got Andre there to take Thiago's spot in the team. Was that the thinking? So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. I really ain't. Let me know in chat what you guys in the chat think. Be out again, good day. We just need ready-made players who fits the role. Decisions like this makes me think the club is just happy to compete as opposed to wanting to be serial winners. Well, you're right there. I think the club is just happy to compete at a level. What I am happy. Look, I do like the fact, and people might not agree with this, and that's fine with it. But I do like the fact Liverpool sort of do know what they want in the transfer market. You know, they're not just buying, you know, a Casemiro for one season, knowing next year he's going to be over the hill, and spending ridiculous money on him and putting massive wages on him. You know, things like that. You know, they've got a plan. They want players of a certain age, with a certain temperament, certain skill set, and stuff like that. Some of them will cost 20 million. Some of them, like Szoboszlai and Darwin Núñez, will cost 60 to 70 million. But they've got that mindset and what they want to do in the transfer market. So I don't mind that because they have a vision, and I'm all right with that. The problem is that we're not, as fans, involved in this vision. So we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. You know, we just as fans, because we're fans of our football club, we want the best for our football club. So we don't care about money. We don't care about wages. We don't care about any of this. We as fans just want what we think we should need. So a lot of people say we need a defensive midfielder. Just go and get Palhinha. I don't care if he's 27, 28 years of age. He costs 70 million. Just go and get him. Because we're fans and we think differently. But the football club have got a vision going forward. If they're going to spend £70 million on a defensive midfielder, they would rather go and find a 22, 23-year-old that can do that job for £70 million, and they know they've got him for about 5 to 6 to 7 years, instead of getting someone who's 27, 28, is maybe not going to be great after he hits 30, and he might start to go downhill a bit because he's not the most agile footballer, the most athletic footballer. And that's a lot of money. So I understand the vision, but I get what Gangan Deep says as well. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, guys. Blocking his path seems like he can't stay fit right now. I agree. That I didn't make this word up. This is words that are coming on social media day by journalists. So, yeah. Can anyone really say that Klopp and McAllister have agreed that it will be a number 6 going forward? That's for the birds. Good question, mate. I can't answer that. I don't know, because I think Fozzie was in my chat earlier and he said Klopp told McAllister that he would play on the right-hand side of a midfield three. But then we went and bought Szoboszlai, who plays on the right-hand side of a midfield three. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. None of it really makes a lot of sense to me. You know, we can. You know, apparently, that's what McAllister told us as well. I'm just reading something on my phone from that McAllister quote saying that Klopp told him he was going to play on the right side of a midfield three, but then we went and bought Szoboszlai, who only really plays on the right side of midfield. So that's why I keep saying, did Klopp have a different vision? Has Klopp's vision changed in the transfer market as the season has started? Is he looking at different things now? Still haven't played well most games by the Villa game, in my opinion. Teams carve us open easily. The tactics are shite under Klopp. Yeah, I think we do need to see. This is where I'm going to get a benefit of the doubt, right? We've got a whole brand new midfield, yeah. We've got a whole brand new midfield. I'm going to give it time because if you think about it, we're third in the league right now, 3 points off the top. We're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. We've got a home draw to West Ham. We win that game. You've got to make Liverpool firm favourites to win that League Cup. At this moment in time, with the teams in the Champions League that might finish third are all terrible. you've got to make Liverpool firm favourites of the Europa League. Liverpool do look like they could have a very good season. Yeah, look like we're on the verge of having a good season, and we've got this brand new midfield. At this moment in time, things are ticking along quite nicely. I'm waiting. This team's got a gel. It's not gelled yet. I said this earlier on Sam's channel that Liverpool's team is not really balanced yet. You know, any 11 that we put out right now, it's not really balanced yet because we're shoehorning like one or two players in certain spots where they don't play right now. So you give a little bit. There's not that balance there. Once Liverpool and we're doing well. So if you think when Liverpool get that balance, the team have got to learn how to play with each other still. Now, Graham Bosley and McAllister, the more they play, the more they understand their teammates and understand what's going on and start to gel better. This team, I think, is only going to get better as the season goes on. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time. But the way we play with a high line, not as high as Tottenham's, but Jesus Christ, we play a high line, but with a high line, you've got to keep possession of the football. That is the number one thing. If you look at all the goals we concede, it's not really people, carving us open with good football. It's us giving away the ball sloppily in dangerous areas. That's when we concede goals. And Klopp keeps talking about it. We need to keep the possession of the football a hell of a lot better than we do right now. Big up Frankie Baby in the chat. How you doing, Frank? Hope you're doing well, man. Certainly do, man. We certainly do. Unless I misunderstood, but I swear I heard him saying VVD is a little thing, which is definitely not serious. He's got the shits. Let's put it that way. I think he's got an illness. He's got a bug. He's got the Farmer Giles. He's got the Farmer Giles, as we say down south. He's got the Farmer Giles. He's got it. Yeah. I think we need a DM person, but I can roll with Stefan. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Pure Maverick in chat. What is this path for Bajcetic? He's not yet proven as a player. Let alone a truly viable. Number 6. That's obvious. Coupled with the fact that he has a clear growing pain injuries, makes no sense. I agree with you. That's why I said earlier, like, why were we bidding for Lavia and Casado if they wanted to make sure they wanted to keep a clear pathway for Stefan? I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Liverpool really have the time to wait for Stefan to develop quick enough to be a regular DM. That's really laughable. Sticking with the inverted, they will not play well. They'll end up getting big hiding soon off a club that will exploit that high line. That's why we've got to keep the ball better. If we can keep the ball better, we'll be fine. But that's the problem at the moment. We don't. Don't hate me, but I want a Robbo replacement next season. No hate, Mac. I'm with you, man. I've been saying it for how long? How long have I been saying this, guys? Simicast to me is not good enough, but I like Robbo still as a player. I don't think we need to sell Robbo. We need to sell Simicast, but buy a better left back that can properly compete with Robbo. Because at this moment in time, if Robbo's fit, he plays. Because Simicast is nowhere near as good as Robbo. So we need a player that can, elevate Robbo's game, or outplay Robbo and just comes in. There's nothing wrong with Robbo being the number 2 left back. We get a new number 1 left back. That actually makes our left back area better and stronger. Because at the moment, Robbo's our number 1 left back, and Simcast number 2 is not good enough. So if Robbo's the number 2, we've got a better number 1. That strengthens that area. Jamie, I think Klopp closed the door on Andre at the minute he wasn't available. I agree. But the effort for Casado says they wanted another high caliber. I still believe Klopp will go for a DM. I hope so, man. Yeah, Paulinho is great. I think he's a top-notch DM. But does everyone in the chat think Paulinho is a good enough footballer to do what Jurgen Klopp wants to do? That's the thing. Big up, Frank. In my opinion, Bajcetic is injury prone. People are afraid to say he is. Let's wait till he stops growing and then have that discussion. But I do think he's got growing pains, and that's most of his issues at the moment. Because Stefan's actually quite a tall lad. You know, I always thought Stefan was small, but he's like 6 foot or 6'1". He's quite a tall lad. And I think someone said lately they saw a picture of him and he looks a little taller now. So Liverpool FC's DM depends on a developing teenager, as if he's a DM Messi. Come on, let's get real. It's not happening. He's not proven yet. We need at least 2 years to develop. That's why I'm with you, Matt. Look, Maverick S, I am with you, man. 100%. I agree. But I think that's why you got someone like a Wataru Endo in, like on the oldest end of that scale. And that's why you use McAllister there. And I know it's not good enough, but at the moment, that's what we got. I hope Thiago does one in January. I think if Thiago comes back in the team, Thiago plays DM, guys. I ain't even joking with that. I'm not even joking with that. If Thiago was fit and available right now, Thiago plays DM for this team. I think everyone must know that, surely. If we had Thiago available to us right now, guys, Thiago will play DM, McAllister will play off the left, and Szoboszlai will play off the right. That's what would happen. Be up flat, Prince. Jamie, I don't think Klopp and Mac had the agreement because of what Mac said in a recent time. VD said in an interview that Matt doesn't like playing DM. He's going to have to get used to it. He's going to have to get used to it. Step up Indino. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't say we're getting carved open. Otherwise, you said it wouldn't be a foot. Yeah, I don't think we're getting carved over. I just think it's mistakes we make. Yeah. By ready-made, they don't have to be world-class, by the way. You don't need 11 world-class players. They can just be quality players that play at a high level for a number of years, just the players can fit in. I agree with that, but I don't think that's what we're after. I get you. I do get you. But you can have a ready-made 23-year-old, can't you? I mean, look at Szoboszlai. He's 22. I'd say he's ready-made. So McAllister, 24. Gravenberch, 21. I mean, they're pretty good players. That's the one gang. I can't pronounce his name, but that's the left back I'd go for. That's the left back I'd go for. I think he's a decent little player, you know. Him and Robbo as our left backs. I'm happy with that. Him and Robbo as our left backs would be excellent. Can you imagine them two as our left backs, guys? Yeah, that'd be great. We've got a good transfer dealings with Brighton. Never know, man. I think Calvin Ramsey's back. Didn't I see something today? I think he's back. He's playing for Preston. Is it Preston Calvin Ramsey's at? I think I saw it somewhere today that he's back now. He's back from injury. He had his debut on the weekend. There you go. Big at Calvin Ramsey. Yes, this don't make sense. Lavia or Casado would have been ahead of him. Plus, I think Andre had probably turned us. So we've turned our head also. Oh yeah, I'll get you. Look, we wanted Andre in the summer. Andre said no because he wanted to stay at Fluminense, and Liverpool were like, all right, we're not coming back for you in January. We'll go and get Gravenberch. Thiago could be his Klopp's waiting for. I'm telling you guys, as soon as Thiago's fit and available to go after the international break, look, Thiago is meant to be back after the international break. I believe it when I see it. But if Thiago is fit and ready to go for the Christmas fixtures, if he's fit and ready to go for the Christmas fixtures, he will play in the DM role. There's no way he's going to play McAllister in a DM role and Thiago on the left. That makes no sense. I've seen a lot of this Lloyd Kelly chat today. I don't even know where Lloyd Kelly plays. Who do he play for? You have Mac, to be fair. Yeah, Calvin Ramsey looked like a talent. I will admit, he looks pretty decent. He does look pretty good. I like the way he plays. Thiago, Dom, and Matt could cook something. It would be a lovely looking midfield. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, is it Bournemouth? Yeah, Lloyd Kelly at Bournemouth. I'm with you now. Don't worry about it. I'm with you. Lloyd Kelly at Bournemouth. I'm with you. Big up, Goose. Goose up. Big up, keeper level. Thiago, Dom, and Matt could cook something. They certainly could. Like, I sort of want to see it. I just want to see it on the pitch. I want to see it on the pitch, man. I want to see it on the pitch. If he's fit enough to go by Christmas, you know, having a few training sessions and all that, bringing them on little bits here and there. By the time the Christmas fixtures come up, I think that's who he's waiting for, man. Thiago's been out since February. No, Thiago played against West Ham in April, I believe, Frank. I think he's, yeah. Thiago played in April against West Ham. I swear he did. Didn't he play like 30 minutes, then come off? Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong, guys, but I swear he played in April. I think that's his only, like, he played in February, he got injured. He came back and played in April against West Ham and got injured again, didn't he? And then we haven't seen him since April. I swear. I might be wrong there, Frank, but big up to you, man. I swear. Let me have a look. I've got to have a look now. I'm confused. Let me have. I swear I saw. When was Thiago? You make me Google. When was Thiago? When was Thiago's last Liverpool game? There you go. When did he? Thiago wasn't involved in any Premier League matches the club that played in 23-24. The last league game match that Thiago played was on April 26th, 2023 for Liverpool against West Ham. A match that he played 31 minutes in during a 2-1 victory. There you go. So Thiago played against West Ham in April. That was his last game. Yeah, that's it. He played for 31 minutes. Yeah. He came Thiago played and came on the April 26, 2023 for Liverpool against West Ham, a match that he played 31 minutes during a 2-1 victory. That's mad. You are right though, Frank. He got injured in February, came back in April, had one game in April, and then's been injured since. Yeah, that's right. And he looked injured, didn't he? And then had to come off. There you go. Come on, Thiago can't play alone DM. I don't think we're playing alone DM gang and deep because Trent comes inverted and we're playing a box midfield. So I don't think we actually play a lone DM anymore. So if we're not playing that lone DM and you've got Trent alongside Thiago and then McAllister and Szoboszlai either side in that box midfield, that could work. That could work. I must have missed that 30 minutes. That's when you was having a cat nap, Frank. You had a little cat nap for about half hour. You saw Thiago. You missed Thiago coming on. You missed him coming off, and then you woke back up. You had a cat nap. We were patient for VVD after his injury. Maybe should be patient for Thiago. I agree. But the only problem psychedelic is that Thiago's off at the end of the season. That's the only problem. You know, Virgil's got years on his contract, so we can be patient where Thiago's off. Unless the rumours are true. That, you know, he's going to sign a brand new contract. I've heard stuff that Klopp is waiting to see what he's like when he comes back because Liverpool think this hip operation that he had is going to really solve a lot of the issues because apparently, I didn't know this, but Thiago's hip has been bothering him for a long time. Apparently, his hip's even been bothering him since he was at Bayern Munich. He's had this hip issue for a long, long time. And all the injuries he keeps getting, you know, his groin injuries, you know, his hamstring injuries, his calf pulls, and all that are all coming in the same sort of leg and area that the hip's in. So the club are hoping that the hip injury will then keep everything else at bay and keep him a lot fitter. I think that's what the club are hoping. And then if he can prove that on the pitch to the manager, I do reckon he signs a new deal. I reckon if he can stay fit and sign a new deal, I'm up for it. I think we all are. If Thiago can prove he can stay fit for a long amount of time, and we don't need to use him as much now because we don't need him as much, I think people will be happy to keep him for another year. But let's see how we go. 30 minutes in 8 months is a good output for Thiago. That is true, James. The hip is dangled properly because his injury's over. Yeah, I'm the same, man. My hip's not in my socket properly, so I know how it feels. So my hip bone is rubbing away against my other my socket. So I've almost got no ball and socket no more in my hip, and my hip bone don't sit. My hip don't sit in its socket properly, and I've got a load of inflammation in there, and I've got bad ankle. My ankle swells all the time because of it, and my knee swells a lot because of it as well. You know, it's all to do with that. I don't think Endo and McAllister are stand-ins until said she's ready. What would be a mental decision? In my head, I think they will get someone else. Just hope it's sooner rather than later. When I think Thiago, I remember him crying out of the cup final. I hope his surgery has helped him. Yeah, so do I, man. So do I. Thiago's the answer. Lord have mercy. The thing is, though, we play a box formation there. Yeah. No, Trent goes inverted. By the sounds of it, this Trent invertedness is not going to stop. This is what we're playing now. So if Trent's going inverted alongside whoever's playing DM, and then you've got two others, it's about keeping the ball. It's about ball possession and keeping the ball and not losing it stupidly like we do at the moment. And then you can have so maybe Klopp ain't looking for that DM like we all think because of the way we play. I don't think Trent's ever going to play at that right back again for quite some time. He might play in some games, depending on the team we're playing. He might go, right, Trent, you're just playing right back today. No inverted stuff. But most of the time he's been inverted. So if Trent's going to be inverted, you could play a DM next to him. You could play McAllister in the 8 and Gravenberch and Szoboszlai on the right-hand side. And that's your midfield. So you could get away with it. Not sure. Look, guys, it's a weird one. Look, we're only in November. Transfer window don't open in January. I personally don't think we'll buy a player in January. I don't think we'll buy a midfielder in January. I think unless someone comes up that they're scouting, because remember, guys, we never knew we was in for Szoboszlai. None of us, apart from K-Mac, who's got, I swear, is a wizard or something. But none of us knew that Liverpool were going in for Szoboszlai. And then one day we all woke up, saw Twitter, and Liverpool were attempting to sign Szoboszlai. It's like, where did that come from? Like, where the hell did that come from? So I wouldn't say never, but we could be looking at a player that we've either forgotten about, like a Kone. Liverpool could still be very interested in Kone, and he's the player we've all forgotten about. Or there could be a player out there that we haven't got a Scooby about that Liverpool are looking at. We just don't know, guys. I do think we need a midfielder because the rumours are that Liverpool are going to sort out the back line in the summer. Also, there's going to be new contracts given to Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent because their deals run out in 2025. And I think they're looking to rebuild the defensive situation in the summer. They're looking for a left-sided centre-back and a left-back. So they're not going to get them like this summer. They rebuilt the midfield, but they didn't buy any defenders. They got the forwards now. We're almost done. We're like 85% done in the midfield. We just need that one player. And then the defensive line can be rebuilt next summer. So they need a midfielder in. Need a midfielder in. Hopefully we get it, man. I mean, Trent in that area, it confuses me. Sometimes I don't like Trent inverted because I like seeing old school Trent going up and down that right side of the pitch, overlapping Mo constantly, letting Mo go further inside instead of being really wide on the pitch now. I like Mo cutting inside and being that inside forward more than the winger is right now. But Mo's a creative genius. He's the best right winger in world football by a country mile. So it might have benefited his game a little bit for his age. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, Trent could do that Pirlo role. Trent can do the Pirlo role, sorry, that Pirlo used to do all the time. That deep line playmaker that's just like a quarterback, keeping the ball, keeping the ball moving. Little 5-yard passes, little 10-yard passes, 2-yard passes, just keeping the ball moving constantly and keeping the opposition players on their toes, where they go. Trent just keeps the ball moving constantly. That could be Trent for the future, but I'd rather Trent just play there instead of being inverted if we're going to do that. So it's a weird one. I just don't know, guys. I ain't got the answer. I don't know what this club wants. I don't know what the owners want. I don't know what Jurgen Klopp wants. I don't know what the scouting team are looking at. I don't know the understanding of it right now. A lot of it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm not too upset about not getting Andre because I think Gravenberch is a better footballer. So I'm happy having Gravenberch in the team. But then Andre would boost the squad depth in that midfield as well. So why can't we have both? That isn't that's a truth. But I don't know what Klopp's looking for at DM. No, I just don't know what he's looking for in that DM role, guys. I really don't. But at this moment in time, it's Wataru Endo, Stefan Bajcetic, and McAllister. They're the three players that are going to play DM for Liverpool till the end of the season. That's a fact. And maybe Thiago, if he ever comes back fit. I think they're the players that will probably play that DM position till the end of the season. And then after that, we evaluate and see what they do. But right now, I'm not too upset. I'm not an upset. I don't think any of us Liverpool fans are really that damn beaten upset at the moment because we're doing well. We're going okay. Klopp's got his mojo back. The players are looking good. We just had that crap result against Luton. And if you look at the way the Premier League stands right now, it's more frustrating because everyone dropped points apart from Man City. And if Liverpool won that game, they're up there in second place with City. And it just gives us a bit more edge. But all in all, it's not the end of the world. We need our strikers to fire in there. See, against Toulouse on Thursday, big up to Sam, by the way, is in the chat. I was watching his watch along today. It was a great watch along for the Man United game. Big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We need to do a show together soon, my friend. We need to definitely do a show together soon. We need to sort something out. I just don't know what we need. But look, I'm a happy Liverpool fan right now. I am, and let's just keep going and see what happens. The club could buy someone we ain't even thinking about, like Szoboszlai, that just comes in and blows our socks off and goes, Jesus Christ, didn't know he was after that player. I think another midfielder will come in, but I don't know if it's going to be a DM, as weird as that sounds, guys. Because the article at the moment, everyone's talking about online, is that Liverpool are not looking for defensive midfield position this January. Doesn't actually say we're not going to buy any midfielder or any player this January or any more reinforcements. Basically, the articles online at the moment is that we're not after any defensive midfield reinforcements this January. So I still think there might be a midfielder there because I think the club knows they need another midfielder because Thiago's going to leave at the end of the season probably. So the club knows they need one more midfielder in there. Could be a Kone, could be someone like that coming in. We'll just have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. Jamie, who would you want as a 6? Who would I want as a number 6? Problem is, there's not a great deal of top-notch number 6s out there. that ain't at a club that they never go. Like Chouameni's, your Rodris and stuff like that. They're never going to leave their football clubs. You know, the top draw number 6s in the world are really not going to leave their football clubs. So they're sort of untouchable. So after that, you're looking at maybe the second rate DMs that could go on to be amazing in the future. But then you've got some people like Paulinho who would be, I think, pretty decent for us. I don't think he improves us massively, as many might think, but I think he'd be decent. But then Liverpool aren't going to spend 70 million on the 27, 28-year-old when if they're going to spend 70 million on the defensive midfielder, they go buy a 22, 23-year-old for 70 million. I don't know. Ezekiel, what's his name? Ezekiel, what's his name? The is it the Bayern Leverkusen player? What's his name? It's got is it Ezekiel? Might not be Bayern Munich. I'm thinking of. I like Kamar. I do like Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa, by the way. I do like Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa. I think he's a top-notch player, man. I think he's a top-notch player. Really rate him. Yeah, Douglas Luiz. I like him. I think Douglas Luiz would be a good bit of business if we could get him in. Yeah, Douglas Luiz. Try him out. We got Baz in the chat. Yeah, but I think we need to replace Thiago, Gustav. Big up to you, man. I think we need to replace Thiago. We're good with Harvey, we're good with Curtis, good with Stefan. Obviously good with Gravenberch, Endo, McAllister and Szoboszlai. But if they don't want to buy a midfielder in the summer and they just want to concentrate on building the defence back up, then maybe they're looking for another midfielder. They'll replace Thiago. That'll be the only one. Big up, Gang Deep. How you doing, man? I'm doing good. I think a large chunk of our results are masking over our performances across 90 minutes, seeing too many chances going behind games is not sustainable. Yeah, we've got to stop going behind in games, man. We've got to stop going behind in games, definitely. We've got to stop going behind in games. Frank says, was Endo a panic buy? Probably. But he was a panic buy that Klopp knew. You know, like last season, Arthur Melo was a complete panic buy and Klopp didn't want to play him. The difference here, saying that, he doesn't really want to play. Saying that, Wataru Endo's played games. He's just not played many Premier League games, but he's playing League Cup and Europa League and stuff like that. So, Wataru Endo is a player that Klopp likes and rates, but he was a panic buy at the same time. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. Florentino Luiz, that's gone cold, ain't it, Dexter? I remember when Liverpool were highly, apparently after him in the summer and a lot of other clubs. Then that's gone. I hear no one talking about him no more. Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll do a call-in show. I think someone asked earlier. I think it was Gangley would do a call-in show. So I've got something happening on Friday. I don't know what show I'm going to do Friday yet. I'm seeing if people are available. I've messaged a few people to do a Liverpool debate show, basically talking about this with a group of us, having a debate about it on Friday. If I know Coppish, I don't think Coppish is doing a call-in show this Friday. I think it's at the end of. So I don't think they're doing one Friday. So I'll ask Cal. Actually, I'll message him like tomorrow. But if I'm not doing that debate show, no one can come in. I'll probably do the call-in show Friday night instead. So, yeah, look out for... No, I can't do anything Friday. No, scrap that. Yeah, Friday night. I'll do one Friday night. Yeah, do for one Friday night. Friday night will be my last show, guys, because over the weekend, my wife's got work. So well, she's got a show to do. She's doing a show at London Olympia for a Comic Con. If anyone's going to Comic Con in London Olympia, my wife will be there selling stuff at her stall. So I won't be doing any shows during the weekend because I've got to look after my family, got to look after my kids. So it's me and the kids for the weekend. So no shows Saturday and Sunday, guys, unfortunately, on the channel. So Friday night, I might be able to sneak in a calling show or a debate show. It's going to be one or the other. So watch out for that. Yeah. Yeah, that could be a point. Looks like saving money by defenders. Could be a point, but we're still a midfielder short. I think we can all agree with that. Definitely a midfielder short. But look, guys, that's the show this evening. Sorry, it's not so much in depth. I just wanted to bring you another show tonight talking about all this. I've been quite quiet because it's so late, obviously. Everyone's asleep. But big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11:30. Make sure you're here on the show at 11:30 tomorrow morning. I'm doing my match preview for Toulouse Liverpool. So make sure you join that. When this video ends, by the way, you're going to be taken to that match preview. Can everyone just go and leave a like on it? So there's 52 people in here right now. When I press end show, you're going to be taken straight to my new video for tomorrow morning. Could all of you just hit that like button so we got loads of likes before we hit the show tomorrow morning, so it helps the algorithm. So yeah, big up, guys. Enjoy your sleep. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.